Hello everyone and welcome to We Should Read Book Club. So as you can tell, I am not on my iPad. I am on vacation. I am in Wisconsin. I forgot my iPad. So I am using my laptop. So this is my laptop webcam. So please bear with me. This and then next week's book club will also be on it. Good news, this video isn't going to be super long, so you don't have to stare at this. I don't know what kind of quality this is going to come out with, so this could be interesting. This is the first episode of Child 44, and I hope you enjoy watching these, and I hope you read it along with me, or if you've already read it, I hope you enjoy these videos. Okay, so let's get started. When there's a map in the beginning of a book, you know it's going to be serious, and you know you're in for quite a long haul, because if you need a map, and I am going to be consulting the map a lot more, because the first time I read the book, which I have to admit, like, I don't remember the ins and outs of every single twist. So the first time I read the book, I didn't really consult the map a lot. I will be this time, because I'm going to be taking, like, you know, notes, and obviously. So let's start off. This video is only going to cover the first little section that happened 20 years before the rest of the book happened. This is partially because I didn't get a chance to read a lot, because I was getting ready for vacation, and because I thought this was a good place to kind of end it, as opposed to going another chapter or two and it being a little awkward. This video, we're covering what happened in Soviet Union, Ukraine, village of Chevroy, January 25th, 1933. It starts out with Maria Antonova deciding that she's going to die, because this village, everyone is starving or dead, and she had this cat with her, and she decided that when she couldn't feed herself, and when she had nothing left to love, aka the cat, which the cat's been hiding from her because I think it senses how starving she is and it's nervous, that she would allow herself to die. She lets the cat out, lets the cat fend for itself, and you know it's a good book when the book starts with the cat dying. I kind of forgot this is how the book started, otherwise, but you know, I already planned it to read for book club. So, Pavel, who's a little boy, he's about 10, he spots the cat, and at first he doesn't, like, realize, like, that it's real, because who would have a cat? Like, all the animals, all the pets are gone. He goes to tell his mother the news, because he wants to catch this cat for them to eat. So, Oksana, who is his mother. So it kind of tells a little bit about her and some of the adults, and it tells about how one of the adults, Nikolai Ivanovich, went to the state granary to get some grain, and a few days later, Oksana and Mrs. Ivanovich went to find him, because he never came back, and they wound up finding his body, and he had a lot of grain on him, and they split the grain between them. And the neighbors, instead of grieving or mourning or like wishing her whatever, instead they were just jealous that she had this grain, and they didn't really care that her husband had died. So that's the kind of like mentality we're dealing with here. Pavel tells his mother about the cat. He wants to go catch the cat with the bones, and Oksana had been hidden a little glass thing of bones under a pond, like under the ice of a pond. So she gets them. She gives them to Pavel, and tells Pavel to take his brother Andrei with him. And Andrei is 8, and Andrei is clumsy. He's basically blind. Like, he needs glasses, but obviously he doesn't have glasses. And if you need glasses and you've ever gone out in the snow, it's very like blinding, and everything kind of like blends together, so you can kind of like sympathize with this kid. Now, Andrei's a little naive. He still believes their father will come back, even though the father's been gone for at least a few months, if not a few years. And Andrei wants to spend time with his big brother Pavel, and Pavel doesn't have any time, because Pavel now is like the man of the house, and he gets the food and takes care of everyone, and he doesn't have time to play cards. But Andrei doesn't quite understand this, you know. Andrei just wants to spend time with his big brother. He doesn't really want to let go of his childhood. Andrei and Pavel go out. Pavel tracks the cat and winds up finding it. So the cat's just staring at them. Pavel puts the bones down, and he like cuts his finger and puts a little bit of blood on the bones, and then ties like this string thing around it, so that Andre and Pavel both be holding separate strings, and when the cat comes in, they like pull it and it'll catch the cat. Cat is hungry, so he's not as cautious, and they do wind up catching the cat and killing it. Is a little bit of an ordeal, but it really couldn't have happened without Andre's help, because Andre threw himself on top of the cat, whereas if it was just Pavel, the cat probably would have broken the string and run away. So Pavel gets the idea to travel back with the cat under sticks, because they don't want the neighbors seeing they have a cat or like calling attention to it, and they think attention could have already been brought because of like the ordeal the cat threw, which obviously it did. So Pavel and Andre kind of go their separate ways in the woods, and this all happened in like darkish woods and very dense woods. So they go their separate ways in the woods. It's very hard to find sticks, but Pavel does come across like this branch that fell, and there's all these sticks. So he puts the cat down and he pulls all the sticks, and as he's doing that, he hears a man like running towards him, breathing very heavy. So he like comes up with this thing in his head that he says they're just, collecting sticks, and before he can get a word out, this man hits him over the head with a branch 1 or 2 times and takes him. Well, Andre like hears this. He first thinks like it's a test his brother's administering to him to see his hunting skills. So Andre amazingly is able to track his steps back to where he left his brother, and then track his brother's steps. And when he gets there, he sees blood in the snow. Now, what I'm not sure of, I don't know if the man also took the cat. Andre never mentions seeing the cat on the ground, but he doesn't mention not seeing the cat on the ground. So honestly, I don't think he even looked to see if I think the cat was still there, and Andre just doesn't bring it back to the house. Andre returns without Pavel, and he's crying, and he also doesn't have the cat, which I honestly think, why, if the man stole the kid, would he need the cat? Andre returns without Pavel, and Oksana like interrogated him about it. She hits him and just is really mean, but then she looks at him and she feels really, really bad. So she feeds him and everything, and Andre tells her about the blood in the snow and the footprints and everything, and Oksana tells him that his brother's dead and was taken for food, and she pleads with God to bring him back, because she felt she had done God a favor, because her and the other women basically risked their lives to save the church bell, and she is part of the resistance, but now it's like more of an obedient resistance because she doesn't want to call attention to herself. So she pleads with God to bring Pavel back. This is where the prologue, I would almost call it, ends. This book doesn't really have like hard set chapters. It goes by like the dates and everything. So I'll try to make shift chapters or figure out a way to put this. So this will just be prologue. I just want to point out, I didn't wear this cat t-shirt on purpose. It just happened that way. But I do want to just point out, because this was kind of ironic and funny to me, that this is the second book in book club, and this is like the second book we've ever done in book club, and it also has a cannibalized child. So I promise this isn't going to be a theme of book club. This isn't just going to be books of cannibalized children. I promise, okay? Thank you for watching. As always, I will see you next Sunday for book club. And also check out me and Cassie's Wisconsin videos. Mine are going up a little later. She's doing more like daily. I'm getting them up when I can, because obviously I'm working with a little bit of a detriment here. But I will see you next weekend, and I hope you have a great rest of your Sunday. Have a great day. Bye.